It's great to have you here. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be solving this algebraic problem. What we have here is x plus xy plus x is equal to 76. And then we're asked to find the value of x plus y. So what will x plus y give us when we solve this? Okay, now there's something you must take note of. They said where x and y are positive integers. All right, they are whole numbers, so which means x and y cannot be negative, right? X and y have to be 1 or above. Okay, so let us just rewrite the equation, which is x plus xy plus y is equal to 76. I want us to take a look at the first two terms. Let's try factorizing first of all. If we factorize x plus xy, we are going to have what? What's common between x and xy? That's x. So let's factor that out. What is x into x? That's what? 1. Okay? Plus, what is x into xy? That's what? Y. But we have plus y here. And you know that for us to do that other factorization, this has to be x plus y. If I can have x plus y here wrapped in a bracket, I can factorize again. But I don't have that. I just have y. So what do we do in order to have that? I can choose to add 1 to both sides. If I add 1 here, I add 1 here, I will now have similar terms in the bracket, which will enable us to factorize again. So let me just say add 1 to both sides. You already know why I'm doing that. So 76, I'm going to say add 1 to both sides. Add 1 to both sides. So if I do that, I'm going to have what? X bracket 1 plus y, and then plus what? Y plus, remember I'm adding 1 to both sides. Y plus 1 is equal to what? 76 plus 1. Good. I can wrap this in a bracket, and then I have common term here. Oh yeah, common factor, which I can also factorize. So if I do that, I'm going to have what? You know that the coefficient of x plus y is actually 1. Yeah. So what's common is what? Y. You can either say 1 plus y or y plus 1. 1 plus y or y plus 1. So let me just say y plus 1. Now open a bracket. I'm going to have what? X plus, if you do y plus 1 divided by y plus 1, you will get what? 1. So write 1 here. And this is equal to what? What is 76 plus 1? That's what? 77. Very good. Now, you will ask yourself, okay, if the product of y plus 1 and x plus 1 is equal to 77, but we also know that x and y are positive integers. So what that means is that x and y are equal to 1 or greater than 1. They are equal or greater than 1. So x and y can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that, but it cannot be less than 1. Hence, you have a negative, or yeah, you have a negative number, but it says x and y are positive integers. Now, if we know that x is greater than or equal to 1, same thing for y, what does this mean? It means that x plus 1 will be greater than or equal to what? 1 plus 1. See what I'm doing here. If x is greater than or equal to 1, it means that if I add 1 to x, like as I have here, I must also add 1 to the right hand side to give me what? 1 plus 1. Why am I adding 1 to x? Is because of what I have here. I'm trying to match this with this. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing to y. So comma, it means that y plus 1 would also be what? 1 plus 1. Remember, y and x are greater than or equal to what? 1. Good. So let's just simplify this. So it means that x plus 1 is greater than or equal to, what's 1 plus 1? 2, right? The same thing here. Y plus 1 is greater than or equal to what? 2. Very good. Now, look at this. Look at this. This is y plus 1, right? Which is what I have here. Oh, yeah, here, right? Good. The same thing here and this one. Okay, good. Now let's come to the right answer. This is what? 77. I am now going to find the product of two numbers. Of course, the numbers have to be positive integers. That will give me 77. So let's just look at some cases. If I say 77 is equal to what? 1 times 77. Of course, this is true, right? Good. Then it is 77 is also what? 7 times 11. And this is the only product of two positive integers we can get that will give us 77. But we know, see, let me show you something. We know that what? X plus 1 and y plus 1 are greater or equal to 2. All right? Now, if you check this number, this is what? 77. We have expressed 77 as a product of two numbers. So that because this, we have two brackets here, right? So we're trying to match them. Now, if you check this, you see this is 1 times 77. So even if you are trying to replace this 77 and you're putting 1 times or 77 times 1, you realize that x plus 1, if you decide to match it, x plus 1 cannot be 1. If you are saying, okay, if y plus 1 is 77, but you know that x plus 1 cannot be 1. So what does this mean? It means that this has to be ruled out. You see this? This one here? This one has to be ruled out because y plus 1 or x plus 1 is greater than or equal to 2. So if we are breaking 77 to the product of two positive integers, we cannot have 1 times 77 because y plus 1 or x plus 1 is, have to be greater than or equal to 2. Does it make sense? So we can only now go with this option, 7 times 11, this one here. We can only go with this word option, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so again, I'm going to erase this because that cannot be a condition. Now, y plus 1 in bracket and x plus 1 in bracket. Let me just write it here. Y plus 1 in bracket, x plus 1 in bracket will be equal to what? 77. But we know we're trying to break it down, and we're breaking it down to what? 7 times 11. So it's either you say 7 times 11, or you can also say y plus 1 in bracket and what? X plus 1 in bracket will be what? 11 times 7. Of course, you can say 7 times 11 or 11 times 7. So what does this mean? If you're trying to match them accordingly, it means that what? That y plus 1 will be equal to what? This first number here, 7. Okay? And then you have that x plus 1 is equal to what? The second factor, 11. So this is the first possibility or the first case. Now, what about the second one? Again, y plus 1 will be equal to what? 11, first to first, right? And then x plus 1 will be equal to what? 7. So these are the two cases that we have. Now let's solve so we can get x and y. So coming here now, if you decide to subtract 1 from both sides, you will have that what? Y is equal to 7 minus 1, which is what? 6. What about x? If you subtract 1 from both sides, x will be equal to what? 10. Now, even when you come here too, you subtract 1 from both sides, y will be equal to what? 11 minus 1, which is what? 10. And x will be equal to what? If you subtract 1 from both sides here, you have that x is equal to 7 minus 1, which is what? 6. So these are what we have. So if we go back to the question that we have here, it says what? We should find x plus y. So let's quickly go get that. X plus y will be what now? If I'm going with this first case, x plus y will be equal to, what is x here? X is 10 plus, and what's y? Y is what? 6. So 10 plus 6 is what? 16. And even if you go with the second case, this one here, again, x plus y will be equal to what? What is x? X is 6. So 6 plus, and what is y? Y is what? 10, which is also what? 16. So it means that the value of x plus y is equal to what? 16. I hope this video was helpful. If there are some parts you didn't quite get, I would advise that you watch it again. Please do leave your feedback in the comment. I am always checking out for your feedback and for your comment. If you have not subscribed already, please do well to subscribe to this channel and invite your friends and family. Let them come and experience what we do here on this channel. Thank you for staying through to this time. Hope to see you in the next video. It's bye for now.